couldn't be flanked from anywhere. But there we go. So let's see how this one goes. To be fair, he had Toilailee pinned back for half the game. He even got flat out flanked and managed to hold it off. So, you know, it's all good. That's one for Redbeard to talk you through. He's more of an expert on this than me. There you go. Cheers, Redbeard. So Lags-a-Lot is, well, he's not a Dawn of War player. He's a Blood Bowl player that I know from streaming Blood Bowl. He's come to check out because he loves the 40k. So, not a bad way to do it with some top level 3v3s. I'm still surprised that my laptop hasn't tanked, but hey, we're getting there.
An ally has secured a power node.
So it all seems a little bit standoffish. I haven't played tabletop 40k for a while. I started with I had a fairly decent Eldar army, then life got in the way, and now my best mate has just started playing with his kid. I'm like, why did I get rid of it? Yeah, my best mate has taken to Death Guard just because that's what's sort of come up. His kid likes Necrons, and his other kid, that was some Destructor, and his other kid is Orc, so it just suits him. Yeah, it's really expensive. But let's have a quick look what's going up top. So we've got, is this BestNoob? No, this is Toilailee. So it's Toilailee versus BestNoob again, and we're going to see some turrets from Toilailee this time. So this is payback. I just love it. Have you seen the new Gaskell model? The new Gaskell model is insane. It's just absolutely mental. So Toilailee going for the decap. Only the one turret this time from Toilailee. Kind of feel you could put one in this gap and it'd be a pain. So gets the decap. Going to back off now. He's going to get doubled. So I don't know too much about his rules, but he's certainly, the model's pretty cool. He's got some kick-ass shooter. Grenade attempt on retreat. So red team starting off a little bit better, getting the 70-point victory point lead. Pressure on the power this time. He has a rule, Lags-a-Lot, where he can only, like, I don't know if it's 4 or 6. He can only lose like 4 wounds in a round. So if you do 20, if you hit him with a Titan killer weapon, he loses 4 wounds tops. So BestNoob trying to push down, but we can see that Assman is in there. There you go. Next big one, there's a big Necron character, I believe, coming out. So let's see what's going on. Like I say, red team with a victory point lead, but they have lost the contested point in the bottom. Okay, so let's see where we got to. So blue team pushing back now. Banshee's dead for Adila. Kickin heading over to res Bruce Campbell.
We have lost the generator to enemy fire.
So Bruce Campbell looking to try and get the decap with the immolate going down on the Dire Avengers. Oh, is that Bruce Campbell? That's Adila. Duh. It's going to be 2, so we see BestNoob coming all the way down to this bottom side. We've got some cloaked banshees coming in, but just running out of cloak.
An ally has secured a power node. Adding support structure. Shall rise to the challenge.
So again, Toilailee pushing up top.
Support structure complete.
But victory points are still in favour of the red team with a 1-0 cap. Blue team again going to put power in the middle. BestNoob already tier 2, going for the Chimera. Adila and Toilailee not too far behind. So BestNoob trying to push back against Toilailee, not going to have much success. First missile barrage from the Sentinel hits terrain. That's going to do some big damage to the squads, but they do have med packs from the Sergeant, keeping them in the fight. BestNoob just staying just out of range of the heavy weapons team. Out comes the Chimera now. Toilailee is tier 2, so he's just setting up. And you can see the las cannon coming out. It could not, it could be quite good if he gets, this could be a bad spot for this Chimera. Las cannon comes out, first hit, second hit, and BestNoob being clever enough to pull forward rather than back. If he'd gone back, he would probably have lost it. Meanwhile, Adila is forcing off Bruce Campbell on the bottom. So, Creeping Barrage trying to take out the Sentinel. And Kickin comes across for the res. Grenade for after the kinetic pulse from the Rangers. Doing damage, but as they're cloaked, and distortion field plays on them, not taking too much damage. So I'll kick it off down the bottom now. Blue team with the big push. Do have the victory point lead, about 40 points. BestNoob supporting on the bottom, coming all the way down, not afraid to leave his lane. Put that pressure on, try and get the advantage. That's the Stormtrooper squad going for the hotshot lags guns in the assault kit. Meanwhile, Toilailee being sticking to his lane and making sure he pushes his power. Needed to set up the las cannon to try and now we'll try and bait in the Sentinel. I'm not sure BestNoob is going to fall for that. I say just as he starts moving. One hit. And then this creepy barrage. Oh, that was a big hit. And then we've got some. He changed his mind, we went for the melter gun Stormtroopers. Got backed out. So BestNoob did lose his Sentinel in that fight. We've got Falcon on Falcon action. More Falcons, but it looks like Adila's might be going down. Gets him out with enough hit points to get the repairs in. Victory point lead stretched out to 80 points for the blue team, but it is a 2-1.
We are losing a victory objective.
So Adila trying to hold, but the kinetic pulse knocking his eye back. He starts to field on the Banshees, which is going to help them stay in a little bit longer. But they're forced off. They are going to get away. One of their units is way up the field. And the Warlock from Bruce Campbell are going to get rid of these Dire Avengers. Yeah, Storm Boys as well for Assman. But they're in a bit of trouble. I like the Warlock there. BestNoob tier 3 now. Not going for the Baneblade this time, not feeling as confident. Going for the Lehman Rush. Kickin going tier 3 as well. And the Falcon of Kickin coming around the side, trying to get the angles. Brigade's going on the Dire Avengers, who just managed to avoid it. Second Falcon is pushing. Flight Lance is forced off the field, which means the Falcons can push in. Oh, this one. Meanwhile, Toilailee sticking to that top lane, pushing that power. Here comes the Ork with the tank busters. Bruce Campbell tells his teammates he's going tier 3 when his teammates have a Lehman Russ out already. Tank buster barrage with the Chimera misses.
An ally has gained control of a victory point.
So everybody headed into tier 3. And here's the Lehman Russ. Putting pressure on the Sentinel. Not sure it's going to get out. Sentinel goes down. Made it to tier 3. Well done. He's got the Vanquisher cannon. Adila picking up the contested victory point. Not sure he's going to get the full decap though from there. In come the tank busters. Bruce Campbell go for the City Council, it seems. Nothing extra for tier 3 from anyone other than the Lehman Russ. The looters on this game are really, really cool. If we see them, we'll get zoom in on them for you, so lags a lot. Might be time for Toilailee to come and transition into the mid. Maybe pick up that victory point. So Toilailee now picking up the no, there are flash kits in this game as well, to be honest, so lags a lot. You have the looters, but you also have the flash kits. So Toilailee picking up that victory point. He's going to try and keep BestNoob honest, maybe in the middle. Give a bit of pressure on the bottom for the rest of his teammates. Guardsmen should get the cap. Looks like they're going to get away, but it won't be capped for much longer. But Adila is going to pick up this, or at least try for it. I doubt we'll see flash kits in this game with all the tanks on the field, but if we do, we'll definitely see them. So Toilailee totaling up the top. Warboss coming in with his claw, get rid of those shields. Got 3 Falcons now with the bubble shields. And that's Assman forced off. So 2-0 cap for the red team, but they are 75 VPs behind. BestNoob pushing on Toilailee, creeping barrage, going to push Toilailee's units up the field. Did they manage to get into the... Or did they go down? Oh, there they are. So they must be in the tank. Somehow they got in there. That's kind of setting up. Going to get at least one hit on the Lehman Russ. Just going to back off. BestNoob now with 2 Lehman Russes, both in vanquishers. Even the last can is going to struggle to scare these 2 off. Just going to put pressure on the guardsman, bleed him with the Chimera. With the Falcon in support as well. So that's going to force off Toilailee. So it's going to be a 2-1 cap again soon, with the 40-point victory point lead for the blue team. So that is... Was that Toilailee's? That must have been Toilailee's going down. So Assman trying to put some pressure on the Falcon. We see a fire prism out as well. Meanwhile, Adila is capping up the contested at the bottom. But Toilailee looking a little stuck. Trying to persuade his teammate to go bottom. So, big chunk from that tank buster barrage. What level are these tank busters? Still level 1. But he's got to be careful here. Not managing to get the final shot. Goes to tank buster barrage. It is a little bit so lags a lot. Imagine playing in this game. 1v1s are a lot easier to cast. This takes a lot of doing. My first real attempt at a 3v3 tournament. Quite impressed with how we're handling it. Well, the computer anyway. Plus, you've got the mini-map, you can just see what's going on. So we can see Toilailee over here, well, BestNoob over here pushing that power. He's quite confident, he's going to go get the decap. Toilailee really struggling with just 3 units on the field. BestNoob has got a 3rd Lehman Russ. 2-0 cap now, soon. It's, yeah, like I say, so like, it is a difficult learning game, but there are quite a few noob lobbies up that, you know, you get a bit of chance to play. The story mode on this, it's a decent campaign. Adila looking in danger of losing that Falcon. Like I say, you should get involved. You know, most of the community is friendly enough. It seems a lot better than it was a while ago. My suggestion is getting some low-level 1v1 games, just to, you know, get the feel of it. I think you really enjoy it. I think you'll enjoy it. So lags a lot. You know, hit me up on Steam if need be. Yeah. Like Rambo says, make friends in team games. I haven't got the Discord link, unfortunately. Can I? I'm with Rambo. For $4.99 or 80 rand, you know, you'll get into it. It's not easy. I dip in and out quite a bit, but it's definitely worth joining. So that sounds like a Rocks going down on the 3 Lehman Russes. 1 Lehman Russ has gone down. Not sure if that was over here. But Toilailee still stuck with his 3 units, his 3 tier 1 units, while he's in tier 3. If anyone has a Discord link, feel free to pop it in the chat. So red team holding on. They know if you lose this, it's tournament. Well, not tournament over. They drop into the losers brackets. But I'm pretty confidently going to call this. Toil going to push the natural, hoping to maybe snipe off a vehicle with the melter guns on the Royal General. He did used to be super OP, but I suppose he doesn't play. No, it's a guy called Adila who is lead balance mod for the mod. I'm just diving in and using it as an excuse to throw some games out. Looks like the contested might be getting contested. Rangers going in. 2-5 prisms for Adila. Hoping to keep that those victory points sweet. 5 prism going to get chased down, so that's Bruce Campbell's 5 prism down. Needs to be careful because These fire prisms might push in on the other fire prisms of Kickin, but they're going to pick up the victory point. So it's going to be a 2-0 cap any minute, but we can see that BestNoob's reviving Kickin, then going for the decap on the bottom. Meanwhile, Toilailee thinking about going for the top. Piano's come and defended the natural, so they should have a 2-0 cap any minute. We get a Eldritch Storm going off. Don't think it's managed to do any permanent damage. Nope, both fire prisms still there. Might have got his Falcon, but it was Bruce Campbell's Falcon that was still around. So BestNoob going for another Lehman. I keep thinking that Assman is Piano. I have no idea. Maybe it's the name Rambo, but I keep thinking that Assman is Piano. Sorry to scare you. You know, it's not like we think of Piano as being an Assman. But Toilailee push it up now. It's actually a guy called Hunter. But people have this habit of changing up their names to wind me up, or to wind other people up. So it's 75-point victory point lead. The blue team desperately, BestNoob desperately trying to cap up this top. They're going to get it now. But red team seems to have stabilised on this bottom. 2 fire prisms are going to make it very hard to get units into cap. Sluggers in on the D cannon, but they've managed to pull out and get into the Falcon. Bruce Campbell coming down for the decap on red team's natural. Building up for a tense fight. Looks like some commandos. Yeah. So Bruce Campbell now with the decap. Blue team putting lots of pressure on this bottom VP. Do we see a nuke potentially from Assman or Adila? Stomp from the Warboss to knock them off, but both commanders go down and Assman starts the decap. So we've got distortion field on the Tier Council, and we've got the Store Boys with usual choppers, but they're not looking in a strong position. In fact, they might end up dropping. Except they've got away. So we stick with that 2-1. That looks like we've got a fire prism on fire prism fight at the bottom. One of the Adilas has gone down. We've got a D cannon as well. And now Assman's coming across to try and support his teammate, give him some support. Bruce Campbell's Falcon in a risky position. Do we have any tank busters? We do have some tank busters. Got to be careful of these. Oh no, it's the commandos with the rocket launcher. We might see a couple. We could see maybe 1 or 2 dead fire prisms if he's not careful. Warboss trying to get in on one. Is Adila going to push in? Has he still got these fire prisms? He's still got 1, but he's scared to pull in. So commandos being all sneaky like. So red team pulling back the victory points to almost even. And Toil is going to go and put some pressure on that top VP. Meanwhile, Assman just coming back to settle. So the team with the most victory, you start off with 500 victory points, so lags a lot. And I think it's 1 victory point per second based on the victory points here. So they've got 2 and they've got 1, so they'll be they will be going down at 1 victory point per second. If this was 2 to 0, it would be 2 per second and then 3 per second for that. Yeah, so it counts down. You start off with 500. Oh, we've got an Eldritch Storm going in. That's coming from Kickin, I think. Red team might be pushed off here. Just going to allow the blue team to get this cap on. City Council in trouble. City Council go down. So big losses all around. It's one of those big end of game fights. Blue team stabilise at 1. So as you can see here, now Lancelot, you've got level on victory points, so nobody's losing any. But as soon as this gets capped, the victory points will start to count down again. BestNoob has lost everything. We've missed that. But can Toilailee get someone up to get some points? This is going to be a tight one, guys. Fire Dragon's trying to get in on the cap. Toilailee heading up there for the potential victory. I thought we were saying it wasn't. He wasn't OP anymore. Where we at nuke-wise? Assman nearly. Adila does have a nuke. So red team, the only teams with nukes. Push going on up top. Yeah, you win when the opponents get to 0. I would imagine Toil will be finding his feet. I mean, he's a quality player. So going for we see the Creeping Barrage trying to knock him off. He pulls out the way, but he might not have the health to keep it up. Meanwhile, at the bottom, Fire Prism on Fire Prism. And that's going to allow the Dire Avengers in for the cap. Toilailee is forced off at the top, but he's keeping going. So 42 to 20, and it's his 1-1 cap. Can Toilailee get this cap now? So red team could be pulling this back. If they can get this cap, which they will do soon, and the decap here, victory points will soon cap away. So they've got the decap, it's a 2-0 cap now. Toil just going to go and put as much pressure as he can up here. Again, Creeping Barrage to knock it off. Contested victory point looks pretty stable in terms of red now. I'd say they've got about 9 seconds to get this. And might just have enough time to get the cap. No, Warlock goes down. And that is game for the red team. Blooming heck, guys. What a game. That just dragged, and that was insane. So, brilliant game there. Toil pulling it back towards the end. Whew.